What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube land? It's your guy Q, the movie collector, here again. Back for the first time in almost 2 weeks. So how you guys been? Hopefully everyone has been great. Sorry, I have been posting a lot of videos, but today's video is going to be a little bit of a channel update to all of my subscribers that's been following the channel and been watching my content. I thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. You guys have no idea. And yeah, it's been a crazy whirlwind of the past 2 weeks. I just want to start off by saying that sometimes, I get a little bit of mental overload, if you will. I mean, YouTube isn't all that I do, for those that don't know, but it's it's been one of those things where, like, you're driving the car really fast, and all of a sudden you kind of crash a little bit. So I needed a break. I needed a break to kind of give myself a mental reset, if you will. And I want to thank a lot of my friends in the physical media community that's been reaching out to me, that's checked in on me to see if I was doing okay. And I appreciate that a lot. One of those creators that um, I appreciate a lot more than anything is Brian from Last Movie Standing. That's like my bro from another mother. I swear, man. He Brian, if you're watching this, thank you, man. I gladly appreciate it. Also, GC from Face the Movies, Jordan from the Movie Den, um, Chase as well from Ava Pop Culture, and there's a lot of names out there. Frank as well. Like, these guys, they've been some of the closest buddies of mine that's been checking in on me, and I really do appreciate it. It wasn't anything that was drastically wrong per se, but my brain just needed a reset. I found myself in a certain point where I was doing reviews, and I know probably some of you guys may have noticed it, but I'm my own worst critic. But all the love and the support you guys have been showing me, like I said, I really, really do appreciate it a lot. But sometimes I'm like my own worst critic, and I found myself just, blowing through review after review after review. And I'd had, for example, I had a review lined up. I already shot it and everything for Small Soldiers. And when I was editing it, I was kind of like, it seemed like I'm just speaking a whole lot of gibberish. So I never posted it. So at that point, I realized at that point, like, hey, I need a break. I really do need a break to give myself a mental reset, if you will. So thank you to everyone that's been very patient with me throughout these 2 weeks. I'll try to do better. But more importantly, I appreciate you guys understanding. That's really the biggest thing, and the only thing I can really ask for at this point. I'm a small channel, so I'm growing. And I'm just happy to come on here and talk about the movies I love, talk about physical media, and talk about collecting, all of those great things. That's what I really love about it. But anywho, enough with the update. So what has Q been up to in the past 2 weeks? Did Q stop collecting? No. As a matter of fact, a lot of the movies that I watched while I was on my little mental break, um, it really got me through. It got me through a lot. And movies, for a lot of people, including myself, is a massive, huge escape. Takes you to different worlds, different stories, things of that nature. Y'all know how it is. That's really how it's been. But I didn't stop collecting. More movies just kept coming because, not because I feel the need I have to stay up to date, but like I've always been saying, I buy the movies that I'm more interested in watching. I don't buy into a lot of the hype. Um, that's just me, period. I don't buy into a lot of the hype. But anywho, One of the, and I don't know whether or not my last haul video, if I actually included this title in it, but I actually completed a trilogy. I completed the Dollars trilogy. And if I already talked about it before, I apologize in advance. But I got the good, bad, and the ugly. This beautiful Arrow chunky box release to go along with the others. And the one thing I love here, and you'll see there, is that once you have these lined up, it looks really nice on the shelf. It looks really nice next to a fistful of dollars, a few dollars more. They all look really nice lined up to each other. So, really happy to have this. I've already watched it. I just got to watch the special features that it has included, because if you guys been following my reviews of these movies, Arrow packed each and every last one of these movies to the brim with special features. And I cannot wait to check them out. Review coming soon. Stay tuned. Next up, and you probably won't see me do a review on this one, and I'll explain why. This is one of those pickups that I'm a 90s kid through and through, so I grew up in the 90s watching this movie a lot. And that is the Steelbook version of Casper. Now, I won't, like I said before, I probably will not review this, just for the simple fact that, you know, it's a good transfer. Many people have seen this movie already. Now, is it a great transfer? I don't think it is. I think Universal, and you'll see that with my review when I review 40-year-old virgin. I feel like with Universal, a lot of their 4Ks, especially recently, of older titles in their catalog, I feel like they played it a little too safe. That's not to say that this looked bad. It actually looked pretty good for a 4K. But this is one of those situations where I felt like if you have the Blu-ray, you're better off. Now, I will say one thing about their 4Ks, and again, I'll go into that with the 40-year-old version, is that they have done a stellar job with the audio. The Dolby Atmos, especially with this one, the Dolby Atmos on this it's incredible. It is incredible. I cannot stress that enough. It's a great Dolby Atmos track. A lot of atmospherics, especially the scene at the very beginning where Casper is where I forgot what her name was, the lady who inherited the house. When they walk into the actual house and Casper's talking to him from a distance, and then she's like, "Show yourself, come out." "Okay, I warned you." And he comes swirling out. You hear him flying like right around your head coming down. It was like really cool. And there's a lot of moments like this with the audio. So if you have a really good setup and you're a fan of this film, I would say pick up this 4K. That's my mini review for Casper. So yeah, that's Casper. And then next up, and here's some news for a lot of you guys. So I have I don't want to say I have, but there's a few companies out there that are going to be sending me review copies for review. And I will say this so that everyone understands exactly where I'm coming from with this. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful for the opportunity of getting review copies sent to me. So I won't take that for granted. But I'm going to be extremely honest. That won't sway my opinion whatsoever when it comes to this. I know every YouTuber under the sun will say that about anything they get in to review, but I honestly mean it. You know, it doesn't change the fact of how I feel about a certain movie or a transfer. I'm going to give you guys my honesty. But this first I'm going to show off is not something that got sent to me, but the ones following this that I got in this pile, they will follow that trend. But the first one I picked up, and yes, I do know that there was a 4K of this that was released in the UK. I skipped out on it because I've discovered about myself, especially in the past few months, I love special features, man. I love special features. One thing I don't care too much about, and I guess that's because I'm just so focused, I don't really care too much about audio commentaries. And I'm sorry if that offends some people, but that's just not something I'm into. But I do love special features, especially like behind the scenes stuff. And I picked up Death of a Unicorn, the A24 slipcase. Very, very nice release. I did pick this up. And like I said, yeah, there is a 4K of this available right now in the UK. And you can get it from a lot of the other physical media websites. But I chose to go after this because number one, I love the Digipack that A24 makes. And also, I picked this up because there's more stuff as far as special features on this version of it than it is with the 4K. And especially with newer movies, you really can't tell a big difference between a Blu-ray and a 4K. So I didn't feel too bad not having that 4K. But I can't wait to check this out. I heard mixed things about this, but I've always been intrigued to check this out because you got Paul Rudd and you got Jenna Ortega, you got Tia Leone, and Richard E. Grant. So, but yeah, I can't wait to check this out. And if I really feel intrigued, then review this. You can expect a review coming soon for this. So that's Death of a Unicorn. Now, this next one, I did actually get this in for review. And this is, and I didn't see a trailer on it, but I did see a lot of people talking about this movie when it did come out. So I'm again another Paul Rudd movie. So I can't wait to check this out. But that's Friendship. I've heard a lot of great things about Friendship. And apparently, and I probably need to touch base with the company that sent me this. But I do know there was like an error with this disc that A24 issued out the corrected discs. So I don't know whether or not if this is already corrected or is this the disc with the error. But I guess I'll find out when I review this or watch this movie, and I'll let you guys know that up front too. But that's Friendship. And next up, this is going to lead to a surprising announcement. So next up, I got in probably one of the most critically acclaimed horror movies of this year so far. A lot of my friends in the physical media community raved about this one when it first came out. And as you guys know, if you don't know by now, and if you're new to the channel, I don't really get out to go to the movie theaters a lot. But I've always wanted to check this out because this was done by the same director that did Talk to Me. And that is Bring Her Back. Very, very nice A24 slipcover. But as you can see, the version that I have, right here, the version I have is the 4K. This is the one I pre-ordered, I think last month. I pre-ordered this last month, and I also picked up Death of a Unicorn, so they both came in. But when I got this company to start sending me some review copies, they also sent me the Blu-ray release for this. So when I watch this, I'll do a review video on it. Stay tuned. This is going to be part of a future giveaway because as you guys notice, and again, I can't thank you guys enough for it. I am fast approaching 300 subscribers. So once I'll do the review, I'll do just like what I did with the Reanimator giveaway. I'll put those details in that review for Bring Her Back. So stay tuned for that. That's Bring Her Back from A24. The next one I got in for review, this is a 80s classic. I've never seen it before, but I've heard great things. I had a past coworker tell me about this film, like, dude, you need to watch it. But I got this sent in for review, and that is the 4K version of Better Off Dead with John Cusack. So yeah, that's Better Off Dead. And this next one, I've seen a lot of my my friends talking about this one in particular. And as you guys know, I love classic movies. I love classic movies. I will sit down on a Sunday afternoon and watch classic movies. It's like the best vibe, period. Especially when my Sundays are actually laundry days. But I also got sent in Sunset Boulevard. Heard nothing but great things. One of my other friends, and I forgot to even mention her at the beginning of my video, but Stephanie from the Movie Critic, she recommended this movie, and I can't wait to watch it. I'm glad I got sent this in for review. Steph, thank you so much for recommending this, and I can't wait to watch it. So that's Sunset Boulevard. Next up, and I picked this up based off of my buddy, my bro Jordan from the Movie Den. He talked about this movie, and I said, "Man, I gotta check it out." And that is this is an Arrow release. It is "I Will Never Leave You Alone." So I picked that up as well. Um, Very nice. You know, I will say this. The thing about Arrow releases that's like this, I don't have a problem with that. To everyone that's addicted to chunky boxes and big booklets and stuff like that, I mean, I get it. That's cool. I'm okay with this. I'm definitely okay with this. I've always been okay with a slipcover. so, but yeah, I can't wait to check this out. Jordan said a lot of great things about this movie, and I can't wait to check it out. Now, next up, this isn't exactly a new release. I picked this up during the Amazon sale that took place, and I want to say I picked this up for I think it was $13. I think it was 13 or $14. But I saw this deal because I've always wanted this steel book, but I didn't want to pay the out of print pricing for it. So when I saw it pop back up, I said, "Excuse me, I'm gonna have to pick that up." And that is the 4K steelbook of Flashdance. This thing is beautiful. And you know me, I'm not a massive steelbook person, but if I find a good steelbook at a really great price point, I'm going to jump on it. So I'm really glad to have this. And I said, you know what? The only way I'll buy Flashdance, I like Flashdance. It's an 80s classic. I always said if I ever get Flashdance in my collection, I want this steelbook because it's got 80s vibes all over it. 80s vibes all over it. That's Flashdance. Next up, I picked this up also while I was on my 2 week mental break, and I remember watching the animated movie back in the day, and I've been hearing a lot of great things about this live action version. So I said, you know what, I got to pick that up too. And that's one thing you'll learn about me. I'm not all about just talking about boutique releases. I like good studio releases too. And this movie is no exception. And I'm talking about How to Train Your Dragon. Got this 4K as well. Can't wait to check it out. I heard nothing but really great things about this live action version. As a matter of fact, I heard that a lot of people preferred this live action much more than the Lilo and Stitch. That's a debate for another day. And again, I don't go to the movies, people, but I can't wait to check this out. I'm excited to watch this. Just seeing, you know, a live action Toothless. That's gonna be pretty cool. But yeah. Next up, now this one didn't get sent to me as a review. I should have cut that off and let you guys know what didn't get sent to me for review, but I held off on buying this 4K for the longest time period because I've heard mixed things about it. I'm not the biggest fan of slow burn war movies, but I like Alex Garland stuff. You know, I like Alex Garland stuff. And so this came out earlier. I want to say like maybe 3 months ago, but I just passed on it. But I say, you know what? I'm building an A24 section, and I might as well pick it up. And I'm talking about Warfare. So yeah, I decided to finally pick this up, and I can't wait to check it out. I can't stand slow burn war movies, man. There's got to be something going on at all times. But a lot of my buddies, even my coworker from work, said I will not be disappointed, and that the Atmos on this is a treat from what I've been told. So we'll see. We'll see. That's Warfare. Let's see what else we got here in this pile. Next up, and we're finna go through the comedies here because the comedies, yeah, the comedies, man. We're gonna get into the comedies, and I got something to say to a lot of those people out there that's been talking a lot of crap about it. But First up, I picked up another favorite comedy of mine, and that is Meet the Parents in 4K. My first thought when I saw Universal when they were putting this out, I said, "Man, why are you guys putting out the single movie?" Same thing with American Pie. Do all of them, man. Do all of them. I need Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers. I need Little Fockers. I need all of that in a set. I need that like now. So, but I've always enjoyed Meet the Parents. I always thought Robert De Niro was so funny in this movie, especially the first one. Especially the first one. I've always thought he was so funny in this. Without really coming off as comedic. You know how Robert De Niro is, dry humor. But I love Meet the Parents, so I'm happy to have that in my collection. Next up, these are two Kino titles. To all you Kino haters out there, yeah, I'm just gonna say Kino haters because a lot of people like to give Kino a lot of crap. Um, I'm not a big Kino fan. I just appreciate the output they've been putting out there. And no, they don't have to be the greatest 4Ks ever. I think honestly, I'm going to a little miniature rant. Um, I think honestly, a lot of people put 4K up on a pedestal when they shouldn't. You know, now theoretically, it's the best version of a film you're going to watch, unless the transfer is filled with a bunch of AI crap. But um, at the end of the day, I'm not going to crap on something for that, especially something that I'm a massive fan on. But one of those I got in was Coneheads. So happy to own this, man. I grew up watching Coneheads so much. I didn't watch like the SNL skits are before my time, but in the 90s when this movie came out, I watched this repeatedly so many times on TV. Um, I love Coneheads. And the craziest thing is I haven't seen anybody talking about this. So I guess I'm gonna be one of the first people to put out a review on this. So but yeah, love this film. Classic comedy. Next up, and I've heard a fair share of negativity surrounding this, and that's Happy Gilmore. That's one thing that you guys are gonna have to understand, especially for me as a content creator. I can't really build my stuff based off what you know other people have actually said about something. I can only speak on something once I've watched it. But yeah, I can't wait to check this out. I still got to check out Billy Madison too. I still have to check it out as well. I'll tell you one movie that I checked out that I thought, in my opinion, is probably the best 4K transfer for a comedy this year so far. So far, and that's Dirty Work. The Vinegar Syndrome release of Dirty Work. That transfer was fantastic. It's killing me that I didn't do a review on that. I may have to revisit that again, but that was a great transfer of that film. So, so yeah, that's it for the haul. If you guys love or liked what you saw today, I would appreciate it if you guys just drop a like. Leave a comment down there as well. I missed you guys, man. I missed you guys. And if you're just driving by checking out the video, subscribe. I appreciate the subscribers, man. I appreciate you guys so much. And hopefully this is a beginning of me getting back into the flow of things. So, but yeah, but as always, I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace.